Yeah, here he is. All right, so today I want to show you guys 8 ways what's working right now in the marketplace. It's tough, right? This is one of the worst listings and market I've seen in 20 plus years I've been in the game. So I'm going to show you 8 ways. I've been over 8,000 people at this point, so I get to know what's working, what's not. I'm going to get right at it. So, and then we'll open up for questions. I also have Jess on here today. I also have LD. LD's there on Wednesdays with you guys. She can also help with this afterwards. If you need me, let me know. And then Jess is in charge of the marketing department, and she's going to be able to help you some of the marketing things. All right, so the first thing, if you guys have a pen and paper, I'd write this down. It's gonna be 8 things, and I'll help you guys implement it. And I find out if you don't write things down in life, it's just hard because we get hit with 42 different things in freaking real estate every day. So number one is we clean lists, cleaning your database, or you guys can do it. I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can do it yourself if you want, or you can hire the company. What I find is most people don't have their social media contacts in their database, and they don't have their phone contacts in their database. Can you raise your hand if you would agree that you don't have all your social media contacts and all your phone contacts in your database? Okay. I did a test on me. I had 6,000 in my phone, 4,500 in social media, and then I had 5,000 in my database. Well, those numbers don't add up, right? 4,500 in my database, that's where all my marketing goes out of. And I had over 10,000 not in there, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I looked at it and I found out I had 2,700 people not in my database. Are you guys aware on social media, Gabby, if you post on social media, what percent of people actually see your marketing? Guess the percent.
Let's say 5%.
Great guess. I'm not gonna let anybody else guess because that was so close. 7%. That's it, guys. You post on social media, 7% of them see it. There's algorithms, there's a whole bunch of different things in the background. Just because you post on social doesn't mean your friends are getting it. I'm finding more old school stuff is working right now with sprinkles of new stuff. So number one is you got to get your database clean. That way you can get to your people. We're going to show you guys ways to do that. The sites that you guys can go out and get home addresses, emails, and phone numbers. Jims, can you drop in the chat line what those are? I think, let me see here. My new iPhone is not copying and pasting. Actually, I can do it from right here from my Mac. So there's different searching sites. I have a file in my iPhone notes called everything for me, basically, because I get lost in Google Drive. And it's called phone number searching. I'm going to drop this right now in the chat line. I highly recommend you guys copy and paste in this. This is the cheat sheet that will allow you to get. All right, you guys see it? Go over to chat. Jims, which one is the best one for getting information right now?
The best one is People Looker, a combination of People Looker and Forewarn.
People Looker and Forewarn. I just put that in the chat for you guys. That is how you guys can get home addresses, emails from people. I did that and I got $90,000 in income. Pretty good, right? I did one direct mail campaign to about 400 people and I made 90 grand. Right? What I found was I didn't have everybody's information correct. So I found 2,700 names. I did a marketing piece. I picked 400 of the 2,700, did a piece, got $3 million in business. So if you guys don't want to do this, you can hire us. You can hire my company. I own it. It's called We Clean Lists. James, can you drop it in the chat line, please? We Clean Lists. And for basically $2 to $3 a name, we'll get your home address, email, and phone numbers of your contacts. We can only do Facebook. I can't help you with Instagram. There's too many fake names like Big Bob. Like I don't know who they really are. And then I can't use reference points because Jess is in there as wonderful Jess. On Facebook, I can extract everybody's information. I put it in Excel. And then Jim's and other people go out to the internet and we use these sites and we get you home address, email, and phone numbers. Why Facebook works is I have reference point. I can see that Mike is one of my friends. I can see Gabby's one of my friends. Most likely, when I do the searching, it ties friends, ties people, ties relatives together, and we can figure out most likely that is the right Jeremy Bowers. Does that make sense? Instagram and TikTok, we can't help you. One more thing we can help you with, Ryan, this would be great for you or anybody else, is we can go through your email for $30 to $40 an hour. And we can actually pull all different email addresses from your email and put them in an Excel sheet. You can dump that into your database. One example, I found one girl, 870 email addresses that she was not marketing towards. They were just random emails in her email system, in her email, but not in her database. If it's not in your database, it means nothing. Does that make sense? What I find is most people over the last 5 years, their social media is their database. We've gotten very lazy, very sloppy. We have people in our phone. That doesn't mean anything if we don't call them. And then we have social media, only 7% see it. Our database is the one that's getting neglected. Tip number one, your database has to get organized. You do it or we do it. We'll do it for $2 to $3 a name. And we can also pull names from your email. I cannot help you with your phone, Instagram, or TikTok. I only can help you with Facebook. Any questions on the first step of the 8 ways to get business? Guys, good on that?
Yeah, I think that's key because not everyone does have a database, and everyone does basically use Facebook as their database.
Yep.
And I know I haven't kept in contact with people at all over the years, and I sold people houses, and I see them listing their houses for sale with other realtors.
Yep.
And well, maybe if I would have kept in contact with them other than Facebook, they might not have. At the same time, everyone knows more than one realtor, but it's up to us to try to capture them, not the other realtor.
You nailed it. The second way I'm going to show you guys is going to help you stay in touch with your people. My friend Jess has helped me do that. That is direct mail. It's back. It's working. But I'm going to show you 2 different ways today, direct mail. The first way is your center of influence. If I say center of influence, Gabby, that means it's people that know your name. They might not be your friend. They could be your friend. You might sold them a house. Maybe you didn't. They know your name. Too many people only market to their clients. Mistake. Market to anybody that knows your name. That's called center of influence. What I do is I market to people that know my name through postcards. And Jess, at the end, is going to show you some examples of what we can do with that kind of stuff. I did one direct mail campaign recently, 415 names. I got over 40 responses. Can anybody raise their hand right now and speak up that you sent out 400 pieces, anything recently, and got 40 responses? It's unheard of. Direct mail is at 1%. That's 10%. I did 10x. Here's why. Marketing that's info marketing is dead. Objection handling marketing is alive. What is the difference? Info marketing is just sold postcard, just listed postcard. Sorry, buddy, you're way too late. There's Zillow, Realtor.com, and every other site that shows that information. The consumer knows more or as much as we do today. Fair? They can pull whatever data. I went to a house the other day. The guy told me exactly when the neighbor bought the house, how much he sold it for. He put a second story on it. And I look like I knew what I was talking about. I had no freaking idea. It's in my bread and butter, Conshohocken. He knew it all because he just Googled the address and everything came up about 409 Ryder Street. Does that make sense? So what I like is I like direct mail marketing. It's objection handling marketing. Here's the difference. Mike might have some sellers on the sideline right now that don't want to sell because they think they can't find anything. Is that fair?
Mhm.
Number one objection. Jeremy, if I sell this place, where am I going to go? I'm going to fix that for you guys today. Number two, the rate, Jeremy. I have a 3 rate. Why would I go to a 7 rate or a 6.5 rate? That's dumb. Fair? You need an objection healing postcard on mortgage rates. You need an objection healing postcard on we can sell your property, you won't have to rent, and we can find you a property. Jess created those for me. I came up with the ideas with Jess. She delivers what's out of my crazy brain. And these are the objections that people are given. All you have to do is simply connect with Jess, take my ugly photo off of it, and put your face on it and your image. That's it. Rip it off, use it. You're on a platform. You're not on your own anymore. This is a platform. Use what works with me, McCann, and the rest of the group. Okay? Make sense? One of the biggest benefits by being with us. Now, there's 4 of them. The one, Ryan, that I just got 40 some responses, Jess will be showing it here. All it was asking me if you want to renovate your house. That's it. Hey, are you thinking about renovating your house? And it had a picture of me, my daughter, and my wife. And then in the back, a call to action. I got videos from people. I got FaceTime and phone calls and direct appointments. Of those, Tandra and I got 2 opportunities, my wife and I. I think I went out and saw 5 houses. And my contractor is probably going to do a basement and 2 kitchens. Jess has the postcard right there. It is. Are you thinking about fixing up your home? You guys could do a lifestyle photo, put your own photo on there. We have our own photographers that you guys could use in front of a house that's being renovated. It doesn't have to be yours. I bought those 2 houses during COVID. The one on the right, 2 days after COVID. The one on the left, no one told me you could buy it. I got that with a postcard and a door hanger. I'm into those 2 houses for no more than 400 range, 450. They're worth 1.2 million bucks. I got both by doing something different. The one on the right, everybody was scared about COVID. It was on the MLS, called and bought it, sight unseen. The one on the left, door hangers, direct mail, found out where the person lived in Lafayette Hill, knocked on the door. She kept on seeing my door hangers on her doorknob. By the time I got to her in Lafayette Hill, she knew who I was. The one on the left was sitting for years vacant. The point of this postcard, a lot of people think is, hey, Jeremy, you want to fix up their house? No, I just want a conversation. I just want a shot at talking to a person. That's it. And then in the back, every one of my marketing pieces say, ask me about the ice cream truck. What is that? I believe that every person that buys and sells a house, I want to get in front of their people. I don't really say this, but this is what I'm doing. I want to get in front of their housewarming party. And a lot of people are not doing housewarming parties before since COVID. I'm trying to bring them back. So I buy them an ice cream truck. Cost me about $250 to $400. If they get the real yippy dippy, like the expensive $800 to $1,200 one, I really don't have that many people get those. I just get the old school one with the siren, and it looks beat up with the sticks ice cream, and the kids love it. I can normally get 100 people in line to get ice cream. It's hilarious. And then I drop a little A-frame sign that Jess created for me in front of it. And it just says, hey, thank you. Something like, thank you for working with us. We appreciate something like that. Ask us about the free ice cream truck. And I don't get on a megaphone and say, hey, buy or sell a house with us. Nothing. It's very soft. And in this, it's if you're thinking about buying or renovating your house, we can help you. Don't know where to start on a home renovation project, reach out to us. Everything real estate, I want them to reach out to me. Everything in life, you want a car, you want a doctor, whatever you want. Broncos, I connect people with Broncos all the time. Jeeps, whatever it is, I'm your point of contact. Make sense? Gabby, what's your takeaway on this direct mail piece?
on my last page.
All right. I think it's a good idea. I like it. Yeah.
Dan, how about you?
Yeah, I'm new to it, but I think any chance to get in front of a new or potential customer that you wouldn't have reached to before, it's worth a shot.
You got it. Dan, watch this. How many pieces of marketing each month do you get from your friends? Direct mail marketing. 0, 1, more than 1.
0.
Huh?
Okay, 0.
Ryan?
0.
Guys, we know it's going right into their mailbox, right? Social media is 7%. We got lazy as humans and thought social was the way to go. That's a sprinkle. That works. But this is guaranteed. The cost of this, the next question people ask me, the cost, I spend about $1, right, Aaron? Vistaprint, right? Jim's, you on the call?
Yeah, I'm here.
$1, right?
Less, actually.
Okay, there you go, guys. So now we divide our database into 3 categories, A, B, and C. A is every person gets a phone call from us. I'd write this down, guys. This alone, I coach people, they can do 5, 10, 20 plus million bucks on this technique. Everybody in your database should be an A, B, or C. A, they get a phone call. And they get a direct mail piece. They get invited to events. We're going to go over that in a little bit. And they get your emails. We're going to go over that. The key on this first one is they get a phone call, but they get a direct mail piece. The differentiator, your A's get a direct mail piece. Make sense? The database, the site that you guys are going to use to really make sure you have the right home addresses, because I know you don't have the right home addresses. I've met 8,000 people. 98% of people don't have the home addresses of their clients or people they know. Write this down. Don't forget it. Put it in your phone. I have this tab. It's called links that are very important links. Forewarn. 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 I tried to get GPAR to provide it for free. Tri-County does in the burbs. You can buy it for 10 or 15 bucks online. You type in the information of the person and it'll give you their home address. You can also use it for if you're showing buyers and you want to see like a little background on them. People use it for that too. So A's get a direct mail piece. I have 415 in my database. Next is B's. B's get everything. Phone calls and texts is the same thing to me. They get the emails, they get the events. They don't get the direct mail piece, Dan. No direct mail. What's the difference between an A and a B? A is a client, influencer maybe. They know a ton of people. Or you've never done business with them, and they could be an influencer. I have one guy that's given me 8 deals. He's never bought a house from me. It's kind of weird. I'll take it. A, B, and then C are people you don't like. I don't see anybody giggling. There it is. I see Jessica giggling now. They're also people you don't want to talk to. Dan has nobody in his list like that. And then lastly, you just don't have their info. One more. You really don't know them. C's only get emails. They get no phone calls. They get no texts. You could dump them out of your database as option 1 or option 2. You can keep them in your database and pray that they call you someday. That's how I look at C's. Step 1, clean your database. Step 2, send out 4 postcards a year. 4. Don't try to recreate the wheel. Don't make real estate harder than it is, which majority of people do. Cheat like I did in college. I didn't just say that. And literally just rip off my crap. Cool? Any questions on number 2 of 8, direct mail? Okay. Tip number 3. 2 emails a month. 2 emails a month. And I'm going to give you the source that actually gets you stuff. I thought mass emails stunk for a while. I stopped doing them. I started using a company. Don't write this down. You don't need to use it. It's called Viral Marketing. I was personally making around 200 grand a year off of them by getting business, sending out emails, and my wife and I would get realtor clients, 7, 8, 9 million bucks a year off of them. That died around coronavirus time. It's kind of weird. My buddy owns the company. I don't get it. And what it was video marketing. I would send an email to Michelle. It'd be a video of Jeremy Bowers, get him helpful tip. Whatever, we weren't getting crap from it. Now this is what's working. HomeBot. I would write this down. HomeBot. HOME bot, BOT. You can buy me a drink someday when you love this app and you get business from it. Just remember that Jeremy told you if you don't use it. Does anybody use HomeBot right now? Good. What is HomeBot? I'm going to show you an example of what HomeBot is and why I like it. While I'm looking that up, the second email that you're going to send out a month is Jess's custom email. Jess's custom email, which we're going to pull up my December email, and why it works compared to other ones that don't. Jess, while I'm looking for this, can you pull up my email for December? And then I'm going to show you guys HomeBot. I have an example of someone sending out a HomeBot email. Of course, I can't find it right now. HomeBot. Hey, Jims, Anita sends me a HomeBot each month. Right here, here, I found it. All right. So if you guys can work on that custom email while I work on this, I'm going to show them this. All right. So share screen. All right. Can you guys see this email? Yes? Do you want it bigger? Is that better? Yes, no?
Yep, that's much better.
All right. This is the email. Anita sent it to me. So makes you click on it. That's tip number 1. Might take, it doesn't take this long. It's just because I'm doing share screens. So estimated value of your house. Some are correct, some are wrong. It doesn't matter. The point is it causes a conversation. Tells me when I bought it. Tells me how much it's up. House is probably worth between 900 and $1 million. I'd say more close to $1 million. Once again, it's a conversation piece. Sometimes they're dead on. Second thing is, it talks to you about your mortgage rate. It actually can pull from public records. That is my rate, guys. It pulls it. It figures out how much net worth I have, which is a little off, doesn't matter. It lets you calculate, and you can adjust the numbers very easily. So if I want to make it, 950, it'll tell you what my net worth is. And I can see them playing with this. Number 1, the price. Number 2, how much net worth they have. Then I can see them click on if they're thinking about selling. You might have 1.3 million in purchasing power for a new home. You could use 204 of your equity. It gets conversations going. What have you paid so far towards principal, towards interest? If you keep the loan, you're going to pay that in interest. We're trying to get them to make, hopefully they want to move. They don't have to keep paying that interest on that one. Next one is to help them figure out how much more they're paying down of their monthly payment. I try to get these paid off in 22 years. Rates back based on national trends. It gives them ideas of rates. If you bought another home, how much could you afford? It's crazy what it shows you. Your house was built for this. Worth equity, how much could you use of it? What could you do to it? Could you take some money to home improvements? Whatever. If you rented your home, this has helped us get conversations going. Hey, maybe I'll rent this house and I'll buy a new one. And the back end, everything I click on, Anita will probably be texting me shortly. And she can see anything I click on. And then she calls and says, hey, Jeremy, I saw you're playing around with HomeBot. Just curious how you've been. What are you looking to do? What's your thoughts, right? It's a conversation piece. Anita has done, I don't know, 2-3 million bucks recently off this. I have multiple people have done $1 million plus business off HomeBot. What's the cost? $3,000 a month. I'm just teasing. $30. It's a joke. $30. Like it's one of the best used tools, bang for your buck. Around 30, right, Jims? Am I right?
Yep, that's right.
I do recommend you getting set up with a mortgage person on it. And the reason why, they can pay for half. Jeremy Durkin in our office, who's amazing, will do that. Or you can use whoever you use. But it gives your buyers more things to look at if you have a mortgage rep set up with it. Ryan, of my top 10 people that are most likely to move, it'll send me a report. Most likely, who's using it the most, right? Right. 2 of my top 10 just did business with me. How wild's that?
Good. It's great.
One, I would have never guessed it was my godfather. He's moving back in with a separated wife. Moving back to a farmhouse, he's putting an addition off of it, living on one side, she lives in the other. I would never guess that would be something that someone would do and whatever. HomeBot allowed me to call him and say, yo, John, I see you're messing around on HomeBot a lot, looking at prices. Are you thinking about doing something, investing? I thought he was going to buy investment. No, Jared, I've been talking to Kathy. I have a crazy idea. I think I'm going to move back in with my separated wife and we're going to share a kitchen, have 2 additions. Sold his house for $750. He didn't call me anybody, just so you know. This is my godfather. Didn't call me, but I saw him on HomeBot. Questions on HomeBot before I go to the second email, which is Jess's custom email.
You said it's $30 a month for
Yeah.
unlimited? Or
Not unlimited. So they're smart what they do. There's a couple things. Number one, you can put about 400 names in it, maybe 500. They don't want this as a mass tool, dump 7,000 people. They really want you to know the people. So I like that. The other reason why that's good, Ryan, is not everybody uses it because it's not that easy to just mass dump. So when they do get it, it's not like they're getting it from 42 realtors. Second is you do need their home address, email, and phone number. And it makes you clean your database up, right, Jims?
That is right. Yeah.
Because it's embarrassing. I don't think we've done it yet, but we've seen it where people send the wrong address to a person to value their house. Now they either tease you or they give you crap. We really went through our database and it made us clean up our database hardcore. The other thing, Ryan, it makes you do is it makes you get the other significant other, if there is one in the situations, information. Which my wife normally relates better with the women. I relate better than the men in the appointment. Maybe sometimes I relate better with the women. It doesn't matter. I need to have both people's information. That's the thing I've learned over the years. The house I'm sitting in today, the wife called the shots. I focused on her. I got the house. Everybody else lost. They focused on Brad. Because Debbie was not out when we were showing the house. She normally was hiding somewhere in the house, isn't as social. I focused on her. We got the house. When I list properties, like today, we're getting another opportunity to triplex. I've only been dealing with Jason. I said, can I get your wife's cell phone number? I would like to add her in these conversations. He can say yes or no. The fact that I did that will increase my chances of getting that business. I also asked for a meeting over the weekend to meet both of them. I know both of them, but Jason wanted to be the boss. There's two bosses in houses sometimes. There could be one. If there's two people in the relationship, I want to talk to both. Does that make sense? I never know who Debbie had as a relationship in this house if I didn't focus on her. HomeBot makes you get the husband, wife, significant other. If they don't have one, fine. But you really got to figure out if they're in a relationship, get both of them. Does that make sense?
Yes, and then it's also better because you don't have to explain yourself twice. Lots of times I speak to one of them, whether it's the husband or the wife, and then the next day the other one's calling me back, and it's like the same conversation over and over again. So it just streamlines it and it makes it better for us anyway.
Yep, like Groundhog's Day. Fourth. Oh, sorry, go back. Custom emails. So I talked about direct mail. We talked about postcards. Now we're on emails. There's two parts to the email. HomeBot can go out twice a month or once. Send it out once, guys. Don't send it out twice. Because they have this beautiful piece that you can send out once a month that works. And Jess has that. Jess, can you pull up my December newsletter? All right. One of my favorite things. Email was dead to me, everybody, to my center of influence. It was dead. I was sending out emails. I wasn't getting crap. We stole this from basically Compass's idea. They had these blanket generic emails that one of these agents, I love our emails. I said, well, I get 6 of them. They're all the same. They're not customizable. I think they're silly. Alyssa said, we're on to something. Why don't we make something better and create a custom one? So Jess did that. So this is my December. Ryan, this is a Cape May, Congress Hall. I call it the inside scoop. You guys can call it whatever you want. Jess sends you a form. You fill it out. She gets to know you and then drops the info. There's me and my goofy family over a couple years taking funny pictures, Christmas time. The next section is a market update. You can pick what county you guys want. And I rotate it monthly so they don't just think I sell in one county. There's my wife on the left. My wife on the left, some of her clients. Jess, can you click on the next thing? We stole this from McCann. McCann uses this with his team. Can you just slide it over? It's a flip book, guys. It comes out quarterly. Alyssa, Jess, and a group, LD, they build this out. All the different sections of Philadelphia and the suburbs. Beautiful, right? And as she's turning that, guys, you can't hear it right now. At least I can't. It turns the page and it sounds like a book.
Looks like a book.
That, once again, the power of being with something bigger, not creating your own. McCann was using this. I got an email. I'm like, wait, why aren't we using this as a brokerage? Alyssa made it happen. Cool?
Yes.
All right. Also part of the email, you can add stuff like this. My wife wanted to, add something about a drink recipe. Once again, this is a form that you fill out. You can tell them what you want in it. You don't have to rethink it. It's a joke. Guys, I take no longer than 1 hour a month for a newsletter. I used to want to beat my head against the wall because I didn't know what to freaking put in it. These guys came up with ideas. They researched all the stuff and I just have to pick. So New Year's, this is, what's happening in a month. These are towns that I know people. Like I had something about Philly, Bluebell, Conshohocken, Ryan, Gabby, Dan. What you guys want to do, I can't see everybody on the screen, so I'm sorry if I didn't mention your name yet, is whatever town you're focusing on, pick them and then send it to that person. So I sent this to Robin. He owns Guppies. And said, Robin, I just emailed out about your event to 7,000 people. I think I got my list down to 4,500 now. It's called 45. I marketed your company for free. please think of me when you hear someone looking to buy and sell, because I'm marketing your company. You have the right to say that. Click down the next one. This is awesome. No idea where they got this. So this was a big hit for me, people talking to me. So basically they went through the internet and got this site that basically shows you what's the hottest items for people for gifts. So click on the stove if you don't mind. That's one of the popular things online right now. Guys, it goes right to Amazon. You can buy it. So I had people hit me back and go, yo, thanks, dude. You helped me make my holidays easier. I just went on and saw what the hottest trends are, and I bought a couple of these things.
And this is all in that Flipbook newsletter?
Yep. Yep. Pretty cool, right?
Really cool.
So
How
if
much
you
does
guys
something like
renovate,
that cost?
now, this is all included. The monthly newsletter is around $99.
And how many names or email addresses does that include?
We create the content for you, and then you can send it out, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. Or you can pay extra and they can send it. I send my own out, Ryan. I'll show you exactly how I do mine. So before and after, this is a kitchen in Conshohocken. It's a whole house I renovated. So each month I'm normally renovating a house. I show them before and after projects. Everybody wants that. Get down a little bit more. That's it. All right.
No.
So answer some of Ryan's things. Number one, you can send this out through command. Okay. Mike, if you have a different database, you can send this out through whatever you want. I don't use command to send it out. I use Flowdesk. I would write it down, Flowdesk, Flodesk. If you want it, I can get it to you very cheap. I can get you a discount code. Jims, can you drop my email in the chat line? Jims
Sure,
and
will do.
I get like $5 out of it, so it's nothing crazy, but you get it for like half off for the year. You can also use MailChimp. Both of those are email systems. You just dump your emails into it, and then you can take Jess's information, just put it in there. It's all done. Send it out. Jess, they have to put it into MailChimp and Flowdesk. We don't put it in there. We give it to them, and then they can put it in. Is that correct?
So I'll upload it to MailChimp or Flowdesk.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's even easier. Okay. So they'll upload it into command, Flowdesk, or MailChimp, guys. Hit the button, send it. I got 9 conversations, Ryan, at an ugly sweater party about my email newsletter. Never brought up real estate. Literally 9 people came up to me and talked to me about real estate, all from the article.
It's the best way, organic too.
Best, man. Freaking so much easier. So I basically budget the $99 a month. Jess, do I pay it?
Yes. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Correct. I don't get this for free. Whatever I tell you, that's what I pay. Right? Fair? So anything I recommend to you guys, that's what I'm paying. Direct mail marketing, same thing, right? You know, all these prices, that's what I pay. We don't make any money. Eventually, we'd like to make a couple bucks as a marketing department. All this is a pass-through cost, just trying to catch up. Make sense? I was spending on viral marketing per month, guys. I was spending $700 a month. I'm spending $199 with Jess and getting better results. So I would earmark $130, $125 between HomeBot and your monthly email. Okay.
And one deal, if anyone gets one deal, it pays for the whole year, more than 1 year. I mean, it's definitely worth it.
And for me, Ryan, I know it's going right into their mailbox, right? Like I know they're getting it. Where the other stuff on social, I have no idea if they're seeing it.
But do you know what percentage goes to junk, or like, is there a way to find that out, or no? Because I know lots of times I look in my junk and I'll see tons of emails from realtors that I'm glad I didn't get.
So I recommend always sending it from a different email address. Because I'll give you an example. Ryan, my email is jeremycbowers@KW.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned this at the monthly meeting, yeah. Go
Always
ahead.
want to add like the word "the" in front of it. So if, I don't know, Gabby or Jessica flag me as spam, so be it. It's not hurting my primary email. Do not send from your primary email address. Dan, if 20 people flag you as spam, there's a shot when you email an offer to Ryan, he never gets your deal. You can't even find it. It just literally goes to outer space. Send from a separate email. Second tip, down the road when you get a little more advanced, I like if you're not using a Gmail email, Ryan, to get through spam filters when it comes from company names, like I own Bowers companies, my emails are going to come from now Jeremy and Tandra at Bowers companies. When there's a domain name, it costs me $6 a month. I go to GoDaddy, I got the website. I don't even have a website for Bowers companies. I registered the domain name Bowers companies because it's one of my investment companies. I have an email, Jeremy and Tandra Bowers at Bowers companies. That email is more likely to go through than if it came from Jeremy and Tandra at Gmail. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
If you need help on that, let us know. We can do a video for you and show you how that works. Okay. Jessica, what's your best takeaway from that? From the emails, from either the custom email or from HomeBot, or questions?
I don't have any questions. I just never thought about how if you use your main email and it goes right to spam. That's like a really, really good thought, because if you didn't say that, I would have definitely sent all of this stuff from my main email.
Yep.
So that's
Cool.
really good information for me.
Anybody else questions on that or comments?
So basically, don't use our KW emails to send these types of things. Would you recommend us making like a marketing email?
Yep.
To use separately to send all this stuff out?
Yeah. I think the one downfall, Jess, of command, and I could be wrong, it's
You
going
are
to send from your
so
KW email, right?
Yeah, from KW, yes.
That's the one downfall of command, unless there's an option that over my head that you can change the email. Flowdesk is like $250 a year. MailChimp, there's free accounts up to X amount of names. MailChimp, just Google MailChimp. Once you guys get it set up, it's very easy. Just literally load your information in there and you just have your email list and send it out. The reason why I like some of these 3 ways compared to just Gmail, when Mike gets my email, it's going to say Michael in it or Jeremy in it. At the front, it doesn't show up as a mass email as much. It has their name. Make sense? All right, next one is phone calls. What number am I on, guys?
4.
4. So we did clean your database. We did postcards. We did 2 emails. Now we're on phone calls. So I like phone calls, texts. You can use BombBomb. I really don't want to get into that today. I use BombBomb email. BombBomb email is like a custom email. Actually, I'll tell you real quick. Phone call, text, or BombBomb. They're all the same thing. You should be reaching out to your center of influence 4 times a year. I'll be doing that today. I personally try to reach out to 5 a day, plus run Keller Williams, plus do all the rules there, plus buy investment properties. 5 a day. I tell people that just focus on selling real estate should be reaching out to 10 a day, minimally. 20 is the ideal number. You're only going to talk to a couple of them. I'll give you a script now, what to say, phone call wise, text wise, and BombBomb. BombBomb is an email system. Basically can show up. Brian's seen it with me. I'll send a follow-up. I really can't write like a 3rd grader. But I like video because I believe the emotional intelligence of people can see the face and the name is I'll send a thank you. Hey, Ryan, great meeting you today. Great talking about this, this, and this. Looking forward to next time. It's an email. It shows up as a video email in the email. It's $39-49 a month. I use it to touch base with people I'm following up with or people I haven't talked to forever. Dan, if you're in my database and I haven't talked to you in years, most likely I'm not going to call you. I'm going to feel like a knucklehead. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot you a bomb message and here's what I would say. Hey, Dan, it's Jeremy here. I've done a poor job. Call yourself out. I've done a poor job staying in touch with you, man. COVID woke me up. I just want to reach back out to you and see how you've been. I've been reconnecting with people like yourself. We've had amazing conversations. Create fear of missing out. Create fear of missing out. Why do people wait in lines for crappy cheesesteaks at Geno's and Pat's? Because of the line. Fear of missing out. First part, call yourself out. You're a human. You made a mistake. Second, fear of missing out. Lastly, love to reconnect with you. Could you shoot me a quick message back or we can jump on the phone? Promise I won't take more than 5 minutes of your time if you don't want to. I know you're super busy. Third part, set the parameter that you're not going to sit on the phone talking about dumb crap for an hour. Most people don't call you back or us back because they don't know how long the conversation is going to be. Do you feel the same way about certain people? 3 parts. Now, if you text them, Mike, text them, same thing. Hey, it's Mike here. I've done a poor job staying in touch with you. I've been reconnecting with people just like yourself. I've had great conversations, create fear of missing out. Love to chat with you a couple minutes or shoot me a text message back. Ready? Here's the line. I need a Mike update. Guys, I did this today. Here was the answer. So I haven't talked to this person forever. Okay? Ever. Happy early birthday. Want to be first on the list is what I wrote. How you been? What's new? My name and my company. Okay? Answer. Thanks for reaching out. Appreciate it. I don't do mass texting. I don't believe in it as an individual. I've been super busy. I bought a house. Okay. Missed out on that one, Jeremy. Got married and just gutted my house on a full renovation. Missed the contractor. I hope you and the family are well. Now that I know that, the next time I follow up, I can use that. How's the new house? How's the renovations? Any more you're doing? Let me just build that relationship for the next time that person buys. That makes sense? Or maybe they refer me to a person because I get my contractor in there and they help fix 6 things in their crappy renovation. I can sit here and cry, they bought a house for someone else. Or B, I can look at the future and say, now I know info about them, let's use it. Make sense? Phone call, you can call, same script. Phone call, text, bomb. Most people don't call because they're too scared of the conversation or they think they're bothering them. It's a mindset issue. What questions you guys have on phone calls and scripts? How often, Gabby, should you call people in your center of influence?
5 times a year.
Close. Anybody else want to answer it?
4 times a year.
Okay, 4, once a quarter. How you do that? Very simple. Old school shows my age. We used to use Rolodexes. 2000, we had Rolodexes. If you're cool, you had a flip phone. What I recommend these days is called the A to Z. It's a very simple system for your database. Today is, I know today's date, the 17th. Whatever letter in the alphabet is the 17th letter, call them today. If it's the first of the month, Jessica, I call every last name A, and then I put a note wherever you want to do it, notebook, database, however you want to organize it in your notes, whatever. I left off with the last name Apple. And I have these A's I'm going to call next month on the 1st. Now, you're going to miss a letter on the weekend if you don't prospect, so be it. It's not bulletproof. What it is you're leasely doing something, and you'll get to your people once a quarter that way. A to Z, last name, whatever day. Make sense? Okay. Next is 2 events per year. You should be hosting 1 to 2 events per year. I have 150 tickets. I have a mover and a junk removal company and another person renting out for $35 a seat. Embassy Lounge, I think it's called Assembly Lounge, the top of the Sixer Stadium. The lounge, crappy, you can't really see that well, it doesn't matter. And we're gonna host an event. I think free beer, popcorn, snacks, that's it. I'm looking to get a bus from the suburbs down to there. So from today, trust me, till March 27th, guys, I have a reason to reach out to my center of influence. Right? Hey, Jessica, would you like to come to my event? March 27th versus the Clippers. The bearded man's going to be back in town. We got 100+ people coming. I'm going to connect you with great people and we'll have some free fun. That's a line I use a lot. People make fun of me at, they actually like it. My line is free food, free drinks, free fun. I listen to people giggle all the time and they show up. Free food, free drinks, free fun. Most humans at this time of year are tired of being at home. And during COVID, they're tired of how life has changed. Another event you guys could come up with is very simple, is a photography day. You as a group, get a photographer somewhere in the park, somewhere, set it up for May. Free family photos, free individual photos. I have learned when you go into most houses that no one puts up family photos anymore. It's pathetic. We're all guilty. I just got a new iPhone. They transferred last night, 60,000 photos. Right? How many new photos do I have my family up? Basically my daughter's school pictures and my appreciation events now. So we just had an event at a farm. We had a photographer there, Drew from the office. There's multiple photographers we can recommend to you. He took a photo of every person. We printed them off. We got frames and we drove to every single person's houses. Dan, we dropped off 60 of them. When I roll in those people's houses now, most likely I see a family photo of them from me. They remember it and they bring it up. Oh, it's a great photo. Their friend comes over. That's awesome. That farm picture? Where'd you do that? Oh, Jeremy and Tandra are realtors. Some of these people don't even use me, but they refer me out. Our realtors had a farm event. It's awesome. And they had this done. Isn't that cool? Yep. Free advertising, free advertising, I stole the idea from Bronco. I'm a big Jeep guy, 20+ Jeeps over the years. I bought one Bronco. I have no pictures up in my office of Jeeps. I'm a Jeep guy. I have a Jeep and a Bronco. But I have 20 Jeeps, one Bronco my whole career, my whole life. Bronco sent me a picture of their Bronco with the mountains behind. It's a real cool picture. I put up my wall. I framed it. I've sold 5 Broncos off that picture in my office. And it's a conversation piece. I'm like, you know what? Those suckers getting free advertising from that Bronco picture. Why can't I do that? Appreciation events. Farm events are great. Free photography days are great. If you run a movie theater out, I love that. Old school movie theater. You basically get a room beforehand, get together, drinks and food, watch the movie. Hopefully they come back in and chat. Don't just run a movie theater and everybody goes in the movie, everybody leaves. It's a waste. Parks, rent out a section of a park, just have an event there, live music, food, drinks, have vendors pay for it. My wife and I barely ever spend more than $1,000 to $2,000 on an event. You could do these events for a couple $100. What's the return? On average, I can find $2 to $3 million in that year off that event. And most importantly, it's a reason to call people. I can't stand just cold calling. Anybody in this group love cold calling? Okay, barely anybody ever picks up their hand on that one, right? It's a reason to call and not bother them. And here's the key. You call them what? What starts with an A? What do you call these things? Anybody? Appreciation event. McCann's team never had one until they met me. LD, I know, I think she's sitting by Ryan right now, right? They never hosted one. When Mike came to Keller Williams Philly, I said, tell me about your events. Mike's like, we don't do them. Like, you gotta be kidding me. This is like 18, 19. His first one, he told me the number. I think it was like 17 appointments or something like that. It's crazy. It's not normal, right? Whole point is now they do them. LD, how many appreciation events do you guys do a year now? 2? 1?
So we host one large one a year, or about every year and a half, and then our agents host smaller ones of just their like sphere. So they might like host a little happy hour at a bar, do a photo shoot thing, something like that.
Love it. That leads into the next one, and we'll open it up to small happy hours and events. You can ask whatever questions you want. Mike, I love small events, man, where literally I just say to someone, I'll give you an example. Guys I used to work with years ago, around 2000 at Paytech, I pick 2 dates a year. I get the guys together. And I don't like to do one-offs. I have no interest in going and having a beer with one person anymore in my life. Too busy. I like my daughter. I like my wife. I love hanging out with my daughter. Ryan, I know you'll like this. Every time if I go pick something else besides that, I'm like, I could be hanging out with my daughter. Sixers games, that's my time with my daughter. If I'm going to go with friends, I'd rather take my daughter with my friends, right? So for happy hours, I'm going to compress time. Small happy hours work, and here's how you do it. When I'm on the phone and I'm talking to people, I have pre-dates set up. Nothing set up, guys, but I just pick dates that I think work. February, I think I have one February like 18th, April something, September something, and then November something. So when I get them on the phone, I say, yo, do you want to get together for happy hour? Yeah. Hey, listen, I know it's a little far out. You might think I'm crazy. I like to block this off so it happens. February 18th, we're getting together at Panache. You want to hang out 5 to 7, have a couple beers? Love to, Jeremy. Boom, I send them an invite, guys. When I send them the invite, they can't see their names of other people. If you just Google how to send an invite without your people seeing other people's names, boom, now it's in their calendar. And I try to group them. Like I'll have a Bluebell happy hour. That's the Bluebell people. I'll have a Conshohocken happy hour. I'll have a Philly happy hour. I try to group them. A Fishtown happy hour, right? Fishtown, Port Richmond, whatever. A South Philly one. Get my South Philly friends. You want to do 1 a quarter, 2 a year, something like that. I use this line. I'm a hick from Western Pennsylvania, herding cows. If you ever watch one cow, all the other cows follow. Most time there's a hole in a cow fence. People don't realize this. The cows never leave. If you watch the series Yellowstone, on that series, they're always like fixing the barbed wire. Most likely you really don't need to do that in real life. The cows normally don't leave the opening because they all stay together. When you're getting people together happy hours, herd them like cows. So you can have one happy hour for 2 hours, get 10 people there, small, instead of doing 10 happy hours and have 20 hours. 2 hours or 20 hours? I'll take 2. Make sense? The other reason is people think you're bigger and more important when you can get 20 people or 10 people together compared to one-on-one. Wow, look at Jessica. She's awesome. She's killing it in real estate. You know what I mean? Because you got 10 people together. And then watch your people chirp and chime about you. Now, do you need to pay for it? Most time, guys, I don't pay for it. I'm just getting them together. I might buy the first round. I never offered them free. And if you want to and you're scared up front to buy them, you have to buy them drinks, which is wild. Because at the beginning, I was like, I got to pay for all this shit. And then people started kind of getting mad at me after a while. I'm like, let me buy my own drink, Bowers. Let me buy you one. You got this together. I'm like, okay. Up front, get some vendors to help you pay for it till you get comfortable. I'm comfortable at this point on small happy hours. I don't have to pay. I might buy the first round because I feel like I don't like to be like, mooching, but they're just happy you got it together. You're the connector. In real estate, I'm not a good sales agent. I'm a very good connector. That's the point of small happy hour. Any questions on events and happy hours? We have 2 more and we're done. Any questions on events and small happy hours? All right. Dan, what's your best takeaway from events and happy hours?
Keep time down, attendance up.
Cool. Jess, I know you're going to run. Have fun, buddy. Thanks for having her.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us. If you guys
Thanks,
need
Jess.
Jess going to run with the list. We'll connect you with Jess. Jim's drop Jess's email in the chat line for her. And thank you for helping us with the examples today, Jess.
Jessica's great. She always has that big bright smile, but more importantly, she really knows what she's doing, and she's there for all of us. She's great.
Thanks, Jess.
Awesome. You got it. See ya.
So Jess is meeting with the list now. They're working on some design stuff. All right. So next, so Dan, I think I just had a brain lapse. It happens once in a while. Did you say what you liked about events and happy hours?
Yeah, I mean, you're keeping the attendance up, the time down.
Okay.
Yep.
And then what else? What else do you guys like about Ryan? What's it stop you to have? What's it allow you to do to reach out to people?
Well, it just allows you to keep it real and meet with people who you're most likely going to get business from. I think it's a great idea because especially in today's world, everyone knows more than one realtor. I mean, you know 5, right? So it's like they could use anyone. And a little event like that, even if you do buy all the drinks, what's going to cost you? $200? I mean, you're there for an hour or 2 in the middle of the week, right? I mean, you're not there to get whacked. You're there to, engage in conversation and see how you can help people. So yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yep, exactly right. Just, stay in touch, right? People realize if you don't reach out to them, they think you're what?
Absent.
Yeah, they think you're too busy. They think you're too busy. They all think you guys are millionaires or you're just killing it. Mike, he's just killing it. He's just too busy. Mike doesn't care. Mike gets this big salary selling real estate. And then, his life's easy. He watches these TV shows. This guy does this, so that's their perception.
Yeah, and perception is, not to cut off, perception is key because, I don't go on Facebook and post as much as I used to like a few years ago for lots of reasons. But when I was running my daughter around from, school to karate to music to basketball, whatever, I was posting that. And then I look back, I'm like, wow, like most of my posts are about me taking my daughter places and doing things with my daughter. I'm like, I should stop because people might think that I'm too busy and I don't have enough time for real estate. So I cut back on that years back and just posting more about real estate because I would go out and people would say, hey, your daughter. And it's like, well, what about real estate? So yeah, that's great, but everyone should just, try to engage with the people who they know will most likely do business with.
100%. Last 2, very simple. Open houses, they work. You guys should be using our open houses in the office. Open houses, we have over 100 a week. If you're not sitting them, you're missing the boat. You signed up to be a realtor. That's called the weekends. I know of people doing $5, $10+ million a year off our open houses. Our rookie of the year is doing 3 to 10 million on average. That's what they do. More like 7 to 10. They are sitting opens every week. For me, here's my opinion on opens. It's a storefront. If they walk in, that's a bonus. If they don't, I'm reaching out to my center of influence. It's set time every week that I need to be prospecting and reaching out to my center of influence. I can't make any excuses about my family, about my life, about whatever. I have to commit these times every week. I used to do it. It worked. Agents in the office do it. We have them in the suburbs in the city all day, every day. Any questions on it, shoot me an email or ask Katie or LD. LD's with you. They can tell you where the list is. You can drop on social media in the internal page, say I want to set opens. 2, there's an email list that gets sent out every week that you can sign up for opens. You guys have access to McCann and his opens. I mean, McCann has over 100 a week. We always have openings. We can never fill them. It's crazy. Make sense? Direct mail piece, last thing, and then I have a bonus for staying with me today. Direct mail works. I've made a ton of money off door hangers. Door hangers work. They cost 17 cents each. Jess has the door hangers. I have different door hangers I use. I have investor door hangers. I have door hangers that sell houses. I bought my Cape May house off a door hanger. Saved over 300 grand. I did owner financing because I got to meet the owner. He charged me 4% May of 2023 when rates were double that. Right? If I didn't have a door hanger, he wouldn't have called me. All my door hangers are used for the company. You guys can take my image off it, put yours on it. What will it cost you? 50 bucks, 35 bucks. They'll redesign it with you. 17 cents each. Buy a pack of 500. Don't buy 1,000 like I do. Takes too long to burn through them. I bet you I bought between 5 and 10,000 in 2023. But I made $1.5 million over the last couple of years off door hangers. Remember that example of that rehab earlier? That rehab had 3 or 4 door hangers on it. Don't put the door hanger on their mailbox. That's a no-no. It's illegal. People get really ticked off. Federal offense, blah, blah, blah. If you're going to put the door hanger on, put it on the doorknob. Most people will never knock on the door and introduce themselves. They're too scared, too nervous. Okay, it's fine. Just put the door hanger on and leave. If you are going to go door knock, do it with 2 people. Don't do it with 1. If you are going to door knock, knock on the door, step back off the steps, off the porch, onto the street. I don't have, examples that I can think of people having issues with it because they're not standing up at the door and being a threat. They knock on the door, they step back and introduce themselves. And I have a script that's simple. Hey, it's Jeremy Bowers here. Just want to introduce myself. And I assume they don't want to move. I do the pushback, which they probably don't. Do you know of anybody looking to move in the neighborhood? I'm a realtor and I have buyers wanting to buy in the neighborhood right now. Nope, I don't, Jeremy. Hey, just want to leave this with you. If you think of anybody causing any trouble, too much noise, not taking care of their lawn, can you give me a ring? Also, if you hear anybody looking to move, I can make it easy and quick. I got people who actually want to renovate the house and make it look brand new. It'll bring the value up of everybody's houses. For the most part, people like that. There are some people like, I don't want the house to be nicer because my taxes will go up. Then listen, there are people out there like that. Whatever, can't fix that problem. You can deal with that, your versatility, and when you talk to them. Door hangers work. If you don't have door hangers in your schedule weekly, you're missing the boat. Evenings and weekends are the best if you want to meet people. Right now, it's being dark after 5's tough. So weekends. It's too cold. I don't know. I got people doing door hangers from 10 to 2 every Saturday and Sunday. I pay people $25 to $30 an hour to drop the door hangers for me. Who would drop them? Real estate agents or hungry high school people? All right, you stayed with me. I got a bonus for you. If you guys want to get to someone that you don't know and you have a buyer looking, the one way I get sellers to be able to sell their houses is I get super aggressive on the buy end. If you wait on the MLS, you're always going to be stuck. If you create inventory, you're always going to make great money. I don't rely on the MLS. That's a bonus. Most of the houses I buy are not on the MLS. There's a company called Scribe, and I can connect you and get you a deal. SCRIBE. Scribe will actually help you find houses, and here's what they do. You set up an appointment with them. You tell them what your buyers are looking to do. They'll do a data search. Most real estate agents have no idea how to pull data. That's not our job. We don't understand it. No one taught us. We only know Trend MLS. Besides that, we don't. Investors, wholesalers know data. I've been on both ends, I know it. They pull all the data. They'll tell you how many houses fit that criteria. Jeremy, there's 420 3-bedroom houses in Port Richmond with 1.5 bath, whatever it is. Okay, great. What direct mail piece do you think will work? They do it nationwide. This one, Jeremy, the one that says hello on the front, this, and this. Great. Can we send that piece out? Okay, here's the price. When they send it out, it has a stamp on it. It's not mass stamped. That's a no-no in direct mail. Number 2, there's a return address. Number 3, it looks like it's handwritten. Number 4, inside the piece, it actually changes per street. Jessica, I have a buyer looking on, I live in Bay Hill in Bluebell Country Club. Hey, I have a buyer looking in Bay Hill Drive in Bluebell Country Club. Dan, I have a buyer looking in Hazeltine in Bluebell Country Club. Ryan, I have a buyer looking in Tournament Drive. See what I'm saying? It changes, the software can change per street. So in Port Richmond, you know how many streets there are, Fishtown, whatever street there is, whatever you focus on, it changes it per street. It looks much more personal. Cost wise, probably $1.50 to $2 a name per direct mail piece. Another thing they figured out, when you do direct mail, the people at the post office hate it. If they see it, most of the time, sometimes they'll throw it in the trash. You have no idea if they threw it in the trash. I've caught them multiple times over the years or heard stories. The way they do it, obviously they're not going to tell me because then there goes their company. They get around that and it gets out. So now you have buyers that are looking that you have a direct mail piece. I can't see. I know this is out of the blue, but my husband and I are working with clients right now looking to buy a new home in Bluebell Country Club. We have 4 right now. They're absolutely in love with the house here on Bay Hill Drive. That's the street. Changes every one I send. Sent 800 of them out. Would you or someone you know nearby be interested in selling? My family and I actually live in Bluebell Country Club, so we're happy to come by, preview your home. Either way, I'd love just to chat, explore, or be a resource. Please call or text. Here's our info. All right. I got 1.5, $1.7 million off that one piece. 2 opportunities, right? This is really a shame. I had multiple people say to me, I didn't know you sell real estate. I'm selling for 20 years. I've lived in my neighborhood for 12. But that piece made them aware of what I do. If you can get them a house off the market up front, everything else is fixed. They'll list their house right away. You're waiting on the MLS. It's back jamming the whole market. Agents have to get back to being proactive, creating inventory, finding people, then they'll list. Take you around the group. Everybody, if you could tell me what was your best takeaway from today. Dan, you want to start? You're on the screen, top left.
Sure. Your advice on direct email, your email warming strategy, kind of warming up your email before you send it out.
Yep.
I think that's important. I used to be in marketing, and yeah, I mean, you get caught in all the spam folders if you don't properly do it. So it's important.
Ryan?
I think clean up the database. It's something that I think it's easy to do and that no one does it. And if you just maybe do 5 names a night, as Alyssa recommended to me, so just do five a night when you're sitting there before you go to bed. I'm like, you know what? That's a great idea. Just go through your phone book, like you said, with your A's and just 5 a day. And then before you know it, you have your database cleaned up, because that seems like once your database is cleaned up, then you can use number 2 to stay in touch with people. Then you can use your direct mail. Then everything else sort of falls into place. So I think that that's key.
Good. Gabby?
I would say committing the time for open houses. Probably the best one, just so that you can build your database with anyone that you meet there and hopefully potentially get some buyers with
Yep.
that.
Open houses for 2 reasons. What is it?
Prospecting.
Yep.
Right?
Prospecting 1, and hopefully you can sell the house, pick up a buyer or sell the house, right? 2 things. It's like a storefront. Jessica?
I really like the HomeBot thing. I started doing real estate 5 years ago. I sold a lot of people their first home, and we're getting around the time to sell them their second home. And I feel like that tool will really help me just to reconnect with the buyers that I've sold their first homes to over the past 5 years.
Love it. Mike, you there?
Yes, I'm here. The database is a big one for me. I'm really disorganized when it comes to that stuff. And a lot of the tech stuff is like foreign to me. I used to be able to change the clock on the VCR, but now I don't know how to do none of it. Now, now I don't have to do none of this stuff. So, I gotta definitely brush up on the tech stuff. I'm gonna need help with stuff like that. The database is huge to me to get organized. The events, I really like the events type thing because my family has the bar business for 20 some years. So I have an in there where at least a place where I can host the events. Let's see. I did do kind of like a door hanger thing about 5 years ago where I basically wrote like a personal message, and I did pick up business from that. And I mean, I wouldn't mind doing some open houses as well. So there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of key things here that can help you definitely grow. You just got to find the time to put the time in.
Yeah, just gonna do it.
Slaw, how about you?
I would say door hangers and knocking on doors, talking to people. You might come across someone that maybe is a renter that is potentially looking for a house or is going to start looking maybe 6 months down the road after their lease expires. I also like the idea of open houses. Again, prospects, people just kind of maybe feeling the market, feeling the neighborhood, just trying to get some info. So those two. Third one, the door hangers are also, I think it's a great idea, especially in a neighborhood where, you have row houses, you can put a lot in a short period of time. Yeah, those 3 for the most part.
Good. Was today valuable spending this time with us today?
Very much so. Very much so.
Good. So remember,
Yes.
Keller's like Netflix, right? You can choose and take what you want. Nothing's forced down you. You can use what you want. My life's changed because I look at it as a platform. Leverage Jess, leverage me. Education Day Tuesdays are just like this. If you're going to work in the office one day, I'd recommend Tuesdays because you can get value at 11 and 12:30 each week. And then if you need help implementing, like Mike was saying, Thursdays are the day at 11 o'clock. And if you have trouble implementing stuff, we have 3 things I believe in life. 1, you can do it yourself. 2, we can point you to a company. Or 3rd, we'll do it for you. If you're struggling with anything, just let me know. I'll either find a company who'll do it, we'll do it. And obviously you don't need my help if you're already doing it, right? But we are a resource that way. Cool. Appreciate everybody taking the time with us today.
Jeremy, sorry, I know it was from 11 to 12, but I just wanted to ask one thing and add one thing, if that's not a problem.
Hold on
so-
1 second. Jims, can you hit unrecord?
Sure, hold on
Okay.
1 second.